I don't like the label African American. I don't like the label anything different than just American. So there is no such thing as black education. There is no such thing as black art. There is no such thing as black hyphen anything. It's education. We in our community, we appreciate education. We need help with our education. We need funding towards our education. President Trump stepped up to the plate and created an initiative for education in black communities, in urban communities, in inner cities. That's what we should be looking at. It's not specifically just for black people. It's for Americans. That's what we have to be thankful for. Us in the black community have opportunities to take part in it.
What's going on, everybody? Amir Hassan, congressional candidate out of Michigan's 8th Congressional, here at the Michigan GOP Convention in Novi. What a beautiful way to start the rest of this week. We had the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, speaking about the education plan for the nation, parental rights, getting our schools back on track, common sense legislation. That is what we need to get Michigan from 44th in the nation back to where we belong, number one. The Mississippi Miracle will become the Michigan standard for all.
Hey guys, my name is Mike Bouchard. I'm a candidate for the 10th District. This right here, this is unity. This is how we make Michigan right. It's not just about politics, but right now we stand for conservative values and common sense. It's going to take all of us to work together and fight every day for the people of my district, his district, and this entire state.
We will support law enforcement. We will support military, Navy, Army, Navy. Once again, maybe back and forth. This is what it's going to take to bring our state back.
Go Army.
Go Navy. Talk about the American dream. Born and raised in Flint, Michigan, the birthplace of General Motors. Son of a father, a grandfather, a grandmother, an aunt, an uncle that all work for General Motors. Son of an educator. Protecting America, getting back to the fundamentals and the foundation that made us great in the beginning. That's what we're doing this cycle. The contrast is clear, the time is now. If you love America, make noise. If you believe in first responders, make some noise. If you back our military, make some noise. And if you're proud to be a conservative,
a Trump-endorsed candidate lost to a man who wasn't even running anymore. Amir Hassan was defeated in the Republican primary for Michigan's 8th Congressional District.
I fell short last night.
By rival Thomas J. Smith. But Smith had suspended his campaign and endorsed another candidate less than 3 weeks before Election Day. Despite dropping out, his name remained on the ballot, and he won by a large margin. Smith took 50.4% of the vote, well over Hassan's 33.2%. Smith has accepted the nomination and will now face off against Democratic Representative Kristen McDonald-Rivet. She enters the race with a massive funding advantage, having more than $4.2 million on hand, as she seeks re-election for a seat she won with a comfortable margin in 2024, even as President Trump took the state. So the man who spent the last month thinking his congressional campaign was over now faces quite an uphill battle.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I fell short last night. I make no excuse. It was a tough race, but over the last year, I've had some incredible dealings with people across the entire district. I've learned the issues that we are going through and are facing, and it's just strengthened my resolve. I always speak about conservative values, and the biggest conservative value is we don't make excuses. We see an obstacle, and we figure out a way to overcome it. And this is no different. I know what God has in store for me. It's something greater, even if I can't see it right now and I don't understand. But I was reminded to lean not on my own understanding, but that of the Lord. And so that's what I'll do. So to all the winners yesterday, congratulations. I'm very excited for the top of our ticket. And we will get out and vote. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you again. And it's still time to flip the 8th.
My friends, you're not going to believe this. Last week, I'm sure you saw Amir Hassan,
if you're proud to be a conservative,
the Trump-supporting loon that gave his endorsement of Trump just a few days ago. He was running for Congress to pass Trump's agenda of more war and tariffs. Notice I said was. You see, Amir had his primary last night, and it went about as you would expect. he got crushed by double digits. Now, I'm sure you're like, well, Isaiah candidates lose elections all the time. Except the guy that Amir lost to didn't even campaign. Yes, you heard that right. He didn't campaign. Tom Smith, the guy who won last night, literally pulled out of the race weeks ago. So much so that he sent a handwritten letter to the Federal Election Commission because he forgot his login. So Amir went from standing with the president thinking that he was about to win and be victorious to literally losing to a cardboard cutout. Bro lost to concepts of a candidate. Bro lost to an idea. They never learned. So bon voyage, Amir. Maybe they'll let you look at Mar-a-Lago from outside the gates. Maybe they'll let you get that close. I wouldn't be so hopeful if I were you, though.
This is not an original thought. I saw a comment, but Amir Hassan in Michigan lost to the guy who dropped out because of his name, right? Like, voters didn't know really who they were voting for, and so they saw Amir and went, nope, Thomas, check, voting for Thomas. Much as I want to believe it's because people don't want to support Trump-backed candidates, I really do think it's just a skosh of racism.
I would like to share with the class a live look, an actual real-time footage of MAGA at the polls, having to make a tough choice. And guys, you have to have some empathy here, a little bit of sympathy. This was a tough choice, okay? You're at the polls, you're MAGA, and you can either choose a black Navy veteran and police officer with a Muslim name endorsed by Trump, or a generic white guy that dropped out the race with a generic European name. Folks, and you know what decision MAGA made out there in Michigan? They voted for Thomas J. Smith. Sounds like a constitutional name, doesn't it? You can't demonize ninjas with the name Hassan, like Hassan Piker. Then endorse Amir Hassan and not expect your base to be immediately turned off in one of these Republican primaries. Now, here's what's also funny about this is I went and checked out the brother's stuff. And I think, Amir, if I could give you a little, not that I plan to be a token, a little advice. You try to do the thing that would work for a lot of Europeans, right? Back the blue, vote the country. No, as a token, you got to sell out your own a little more. You got to really sell that sort of black. First, you have to say black like that. You got to sell out your own people, right? Black Agnes, sell it out to the white folks. Talk about how bad your people are. So that way you can be more of like them. Okay, that's the only way you're going to do it, especially when you have the name Hassan, right? You seen J.D. Vance out there? Imagine if you had a president named Abdul Al-Sayed. You're fighting a lot here, brother. Now, back to the footage. A lot of you say, oh, HQ, why are you making about race? Why are you making about his name? You tell me why people are at the polls. And if it's not any of this, it just means that America is plain stupid. The Republican Party is plain stupid. MAGA is plain stupid that you're not informed that Mr. Thomas Smith had dropped out the race. You just went in the polls and you just hit the button. It would make more sense if the other guy won, because Smith actually endorsed the other guy, the third candidate. Right? So it's one or the other. It's either the bigotry is immediately shown at the polls, or you ninjas are stupid.
Everyone today is talking about Abdul's win in Michigan last night. Congrats to Abdul. But the funniest thing that happened last night in Michigan by far is a black man named Amir Hassan from Flint, Michigan, who was backed by Trump, losing to an old white man who had dropped out of the race a month ago, hadn't even been campaigning, whose only qualification was being an old white man. Let's get into it. This is Amir Hassan. He campaigned with Trump, I don't know, I think it might have been a month ago or something. But he lost his race by a lot to an old white man who wasn't even running. He was not actively campaigning. He had dropped out of the race completely a month before they started voting, and Amir still lost to him. So Amir Hassan lost to Thomas Smith by almost 12,000 votes. Amir, I know you didn't really think you had a chance running as a black man from Flint, Michigan with the name Amir Hassan in a Republican primary. The people went out and voted for the old white man whose only qualification was being an old white man. Welcome to the Republican Party, Amir Hassan. That's all I got. Y'all be good.
It looks like Amir just didn't get enough Americans to vote for him this time around. Oh, that's so sad. But Blacks for Trump, how many times do we have to tell y'all? All the pandering and the tap dancing, it only gets you so far. Like there's only a handful of anomalies out there, Blacks for Trump wise, that are able to advance through. How many times do people have to show y'all that y'all will never be fully accepted? Did y'all peep how even in the Trump rally when he was speaking, half of the people behind him didn't even clap? That was a very lukewarm response in comparison to other people that usually get up on the stage to speak at his rallies. But damn, I mean, that's crazy. Even Trump couldn't help you. Trump is primarying people and they lost, and he's actually endorsing somebody and they still lost. I wonder if it's because of your Muslim sounding name. Or is it your race? Or is it both? I'm banking on both. But I don't know. Parts of me kind of feel that a lot of the MAGAs in Michigan, at least in this congressional district, they probably had no idea that Thomas dropped out. That's what I'm really betting on. They just went by the names on the ballot and they voted accordingly. Are we surprised? Not at all. Who knows? A lot of them probably had no idea who you are. But again, that's MAGA for you. They go based upon what they see, not what you're about. This is just honestly really funny, and it's low-key kind of embarrassing because I tried to do a quick little Google search before I started recording, and I couldn't find any election in like US history. But to be fair, I didn't really look for too long. I scrolled like the first page of results and kind of left it as that. But to me, it really doesn't matter if it's occurred in history. Right now, it's embarrassing. Like, imagine the person who dropped out weeks ago didn't have to do anything. They don't even have like a professional like headshot of this man to put like on the final, the results. That is insane. Like the people on TikTok are saying the cardboard cutout won against somebody who was actively campaigning out there. Like, just imagine, like I can't recall of a time. Of course, who am I? Like, it's not like I've saw the results of every election that has ever happened in the country, but like I can imagine a time, at least in my adult life, maybe like back in the day. If y'all could let me know down below, I'll try to look it up again, but I've never found an instance where someone who dropped out of the race came in and won overwhelmingly. Like, it was not even close. Even if you put Amir's votes along with Al, who was the third candidate that tried to run, he still wouldn't have won. It would have been really close, but Thomas would have still had over 50% of the vote. Like, that's crazy. And just think, even when you look at Al's results there, he got 50% of what Amir got. I mean, of course, I don't know like how like much he was actively campaigning himself, but that is just wow. I mean, it really is laughable. Like, it just really goes to show you, like, you could talk the talk and put all the typical talking points out there about, oh, we have to take race out of everything. It should be American this. There's no such thing as African American, Black American, but those people saw you as an African American. I'm guaranteeing you, a bunch of these MAGA people probably had no idea who you are, and they just went off of the names on the ballot. That's really it. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking. I think it had a combination of the two things together having an impact on the results. But I honestly think that a lot of them people was like, we still want Thomas. Can we get him back? And from what I heard today, it dropping out of the race, I might have some of the details wrong. Of course, if I do, let me know and correct me down below, of course. Yeah, dropping out of the race doesn't mean that you're obviously going to be taken off the ballot. It just means that you're not going to be actively campaigning. So Thomas could technically, I mean, I'm assuming he's going to assume himself as the winner and try to go up against the Democratic candidate whenever it's time to vote in November. This has got to be the easiest election win ever. Definitely interested to know like how much Thomas spent on campaigning, because if he just spent like a little million or something, I don't know like how much. I don't even know if that's a realistic number, but he was able to sit back and chill. Literally. Who knows? I don't even know if he had like an acceptance speech. Like he probably didn't have an HQ anywhere because he wasn't probably expecting anything, and he won out of nowhere. You will never be able to live this down. It's just I don't even know what to say, because when I saw this morning, no, I actually saw this last night because I saw Isaiah post about it on Threads, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Even Trump backing somebody was not enough for him to win. That's saying kind of a lot even about Trump. I don't know. We'll have to see about some other Trump-backed candidates. I feel like I've heard there's been a few of them that's been losing. Let's see if Trump claims election fraud in this one. I doubt it though. But this is what happens when you try to align with that side who is just using you as a talking head and somebody to reinforce their racism, and then uses that very racism to not elect you. Like, how do you come back from that? Like, are you going to go back to being an officer? Like, what do you do? I don't even have that much to say, to really be honest with y'all. But I definitely had to make this video because it kind of seems like in the past 24 hours, Blacks for Trump have been taking some L's. I'm going to make another video. I might try to post it. It probably will be a late video, of course, but I'm definitely making that one tonight. I think I already have my clips that I'm going to use. But yeah, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this down below. Blacks for Trump, why y'all didn't come out to support your boy? He needed all them votes. My Michigan Blacks for Trump, where were y'all? Where y'all at? All right, let me stop. We get the point. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this down below. And if you found any satisfaction in this video, feel free to consider giving me a like and subscribe, because that would help to grow the channel and I would greatly appreciate it. And it would help get this major embarrassing FAFO out to everyone else who may not know that this even occurred last night or a couple nights ago. I don't remember what night it happened, but this week. But yeah, y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. Well, I might have another one coming up later or tomorrow. I'm probably going to do it later. But anyway, I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Bye. See you later.